how to use mask.
So when I first originally filmed this, it didn't work, so I ended up messing up. So I'm gonna redo it and just show a quick example. But as you can see, with every draw mask and not mask. So you go over to overlay, you go to draw mask, and you bring it over to the film that you want to edit, and then it'll put the points up, and then you just click wherever you want it to show up. Where, as you can see, I'm just doing it in triangle for like an effect, and you can see everything disappeared around it. But then you can hit invert if you just want that thing to disappear. It's really good if you have like a green screen in the back. You can get, or not green screen, but if you have something showing in the background, you can just get rid of it very quickly. But that's how we use mask.
How do I move items?
So how do you move items on Final Cut Pro is that you go over to transform, you click on the layer that you want to move, and then you simply hit the middle button, start moving it around a bit. That's all you really do. It's not that, and you can also make it bigger or smaller, and then you can rotate it. That's all you really have to do. How you can move it from different positions if you want a video to be somewhere else. This also applies to videos, not just pictures.
How do I adjust sound and words?
So the way that you can adjust sound on Final Cut is you go down and you zoom into your audio, and there should be a line in the middle where you're able to bring it up or down, and you can adjust it to whatever you need it to be. And then on the side, there's different voice modes like equalization, voice isolation. But also, if you go over to the overlay and you go down to audio, there's a bunch of different things you can put onto it that just changes how it'll sound in general. For words, so you have to go over to the little T box at the top and then search to whatever title you want. I usually use custom. And you put it over. And if you double click on it, it should show you the text box, but also if you just hit the little lines, it should appear. You can change font, size, and if you scroll all the way down, you can change the face of it, or if you want to add an outline, which will make it easier to see it in a very vibrant place. And then you can move it around just like how you can move photos and videos around by the little button square in the middle.
Why do you hate Mar?
Wondering that every single day.
How do I overlay videos? Oh wait, no. Yeah.
So how you overlay videos, or you can see how it's just Eevee right there, but if you go over to key here, then you just gotta put it over the video that you want to use. Well, as you can see, I have to adjust my screen a lot. I wasn't really prepared to adjust my screen. And then I also put Kier over Caitlin. See, I made Eevee's audio just a little, or video just a little bit too long, and that also happens with Kier. Sometimes it messes up and grabs the wrong color, but all you have to do is press sample color and then put it over the green. It's mainly for green screen. But then you go to transform over the clip that you want to move, or the clips that you want to move, and then you just move them around. A lot of it is literally just how did you move it before, how do you move videos, that, which if you still want to keep the green screen behind one of them, you just don't use keyer on that one and then put it over the other. But that's all you really have to do. And if you just want to keep it together, just make a compound clip, and you see it's taking me a while. But you make a compound clip, and then you can double click on it to edit that clip in particular. Like if I wanted to change how the Eevees was longer, then that's what I'd do. But then I just go back to the project I was working on.
How to move videos and photos.
So what this question is referring to is how to kind of animate it. So how to use the tracker. So all you have to do to use the tracker is you go to the beginning of the video, you press that, if you press transform and you press that little triangle at the top, then the tracker is on. So what I do is that I click through the video, and you can see if that little line appears, that means the tracker is working and your image or video should be moving during that time. And you can skip through the entire thing, just move it. You can also rotate it in different ways. You can flip the image for some of it, but not all of it. There's just a bunch of different things you can do with keyer, and I think it's a very helpful trick to know. As you see, I'm moving Jayla around. But that's all you really have to do. And then if you want to change it during specific times, just go back to the specific time you want it and put a keyer right there. But that's basically all you have to do. See, that's my example, but it's very glitchy. Don't mind how glitchy it is. That's just our final cut. But here's our example of Jayla getting used on the keyer.
How do I adjust colors for more vibrant and saturated photos?
So how you adjust colors is that you go over to the little triangle option, and then for saturation and specific, go over to saturation, then you can move it up, down, you can see Jayla getting brighter, then Jayla getting duller. But you just move that around. And if specific, you could go over to color, you can put a hue over it. And if you go to the bottom, you go to opposites, and if you go up, you're going to get green, obvious. But for like more of this background, you want to go and you probably want to make it a lighter but not saturated type of vibe for the snow. You can do this to videos, whatever you have on here. Anything photo related can also count for videos. Everything is the same basically, but photos is just easier for me to use as an example here. And that's it, and here's Jayla saying bye!